Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. And of course, we're doing another classic workout, an arm workout with, of course, supersets. And the reason for this is I haven't done it in a while actually, so it is very nice to do it once again, but I had pretty much all of my body muscle ache except for in the arms, so we decided to do some arm supersets, starting out with the triceps, the overhead tricep extension. Why? Because I want to work on the long head of the tricep, the biggest portion of the tricep, because I want to get it bigger. And this is why we're starting out with the triceps every single superset until the very end, because we want to prioritize the tricep. And after this overhead extension, we do some close grip machine curls. And as you can see, the contraction is there, it's proper, but when I'm going down, I don't go all the way down because my left bicep tendon is still a little sore and the tension at the bottom is still a little too much. But usually, I do suggest going all the way down. Immediately. We start out heavy immediately indeed. This, I think, is the first set of the supersets. The tricep bar pushdown. This is one of the best exercises that I feel in the triceps. You know, normally you do the movement, but you cannot really get into the muscle. But with this one, I definitely can. I go up about 90 degrees, but actually a little higher to get that extra stretch in the triceps. And when going down, I make sure to contract that horseshoe in the tricep to fill it up with as much blood as possible. Now, why is the pump important right now? Because as you can see, I'm moving on to a bicep exercise, and the moment that I'm curling upwards, which is visible right now, the tricep is stretching. And the better the pump, the more effective the stretch. That is why a superset of antagonist muscle groups, which means opposite muscle groups, is very beneficial for a better pump, better growth, oxygen and nutrient delivery to the muscles, and it's simply an awesome way to work out. And then it's time for another superset of this, but this time without the vest, wearing the all new sleeveless hoodie and the custom fitted joggers. This is entirely custom, and if you're interested, check it out on vintagegenetics.com. Always appreciate the support. But this is the third set, and you can see in this tricep exercise that I'm really contracting the triceps at the bottom. And now we're moving on to the alternating dumbbell curls. And the thing about alternating dumbbell curls is that you can focus on one arm at a time. And Arnold himself said he can't get a better contraction in any exercise but this one right here. And the reason for that is that when you go up, you twist your wrist outwards, and this twisting motion actually contracts the bicep even harder. This is exactly what you should be doing. When you're going down, you twist your wrist back, lengthening the bicep, and when going up, you twist your wrist outwards, shortening the bicep. So this is kind of exaggerating the stretch and contraction of the bicep, and at the same time, as I mentioned, the tricep is still being worked by the stretch that it is experiencing. And now that we build some blood into the muscles, pumped it up, rushed it with blood, filled it up with blood, it is time for a heavier superset of, as you can see, Skullcrushers. Instead of French press, I usually like to do the French press, but we already did an overhead exercise at the start, so I kind of want to do a pressing exercise. And if you look at my triceps right there, you can see the long and medial head working nicely to move that weight up. And during the Skullcrusher, I like to drop the bar right above my eyes and then press it upwards. You know, not too fast. You don't want your elbows to get sore, because I don't feel it at all. You gotta control the movement, especially when your joints are under heavy pressure. And then we superset it with a heavy easy curl bar. In my opinion, it was a little bit too heavy, I would have preferred this to be the last set to be able to concentrate better on the contraction and the stretch, but sometimes you simply have to do heavy and do these controlled cheat reps. And this is another great exercise. This is actually an interesting one, the bent over rope extension. It works two parts of the tricep. You can see when I'm contracting the tricep, you can see the small head moving up and down, moving back and forth. And when I'm going upwards with the rope, I'm stretching the long head, which basically targets the two places in the tricep that gives it that round 3D look. And then we superset it with rope hammer curls, and the difference between hammer curls and regular curls is that hammer curls actually improve the width of your biceps when looking at the front. And that is why combining rope extension and a hammer curl is very beneficial for the entire width of the whole arm.
Let's do it.
And I just can't get enough of these exercises, so I decided to do one or more extreme, focused, concentrated supersets. This is another overhead exercise, but this time focused individually for each arm, the overhead dumbbell extension. I really try to focus on the stretch here more than the contraction. You can already see it, because honestly, if you contract the triceps here, the weight is simply resting on your joint. When you're stretching, however, the stress is fully on the triceps. And that's in combination with having done a lot of tricep work already, so the stretch you feel here is incredible. And then we combine this individual dumbbell exercise with another individual dumbbell exercise, the concentration curl. Who doesn't love an old school concentration curl? I most certainly do, because I want to work on that bicep peak. When doing concentration curls, you might want to make sure that your form is right and that you don't swing the weight too much by bringing the dumbbell that you're curling to the other shoulder of your arm, of the other arm. As you can see right there, I'm doing it. You can see me curling with the left arm and bringing the dumbbell to the right shoulder, and that makes sure that you actually contract the bicep peak to the max. And right here I wanted to show some progress of my lean bulking. This really is, as I mentioned before, my, softest look, but I still see the shapes. I still see the muscle groups that I want to work on. You can still see weaknesses and strengths. And then I know that I'm doing a good thing lean bulking and not going too far when I can still see the stripes where I need to see them. No striations, just the shapes and, the 3D effect that you get in the muscles when having a pump. When that's visible, I'm happy. And as you can see right here, my waist is getting a little wider than usual, especially from the back, but that will be fixed when I'm in the on season, the contest season, the cutting phase. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching. There's a lot more coming, and don't forget to stay golden.